It's easier for me.
All right, so I'm gonna move to open the meeting of Groveland Conservation Commission on Saturday, July 23rd at 9:28.
Seconded.
All in favor? Okay. All right, so let's,
Are we on TV?
no, he's recording it. so
Okay, it's just
not-
gonna record, but it's not gonna be on TV?
Yeah, right.
Okay,
That's
gotcha.
not
No,
live.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cameron's recording.
Okay, so the purpose of our meeting this morning is to revisit the agenda items that were scheduled for our July 13th meeting, which ended up being an unofficial meeting, so we didn't get to address these hearings. So, the first one is a continuation from our June meeting on 7 Star Road, map 19, lot 23, new single-family home, notice of intent, Groveland notice of intent. So, we had a site visit. Okay, and does anyone know when that site visit was? It was after, was it June, it was sometime in June, right?
I think it was, no, it was the 9th of July,
Oh, 9th, 7.
Nor
16, yeah.
and some
okay.
stuff.
All right, so we had our site visit on July 9th, and at the site visit, we had asked the, yes, here it is. So at the site visit is Tom, Terry, Mike, and Heather, and we asked Rob Blanchette of Cameron Engineering to pull back the retaining wall and grading that's in front of the house that was about 25 feet away from the wetland, edge of the wetlands, to as far back as he could. And he came in on July, no, let's see. Yes, so he came in first and was able to put, that's right, on that day, no, when did we see the plan with the 10-foot wall?
The June
That was the June meeting.
Oh, okay. So,
And then July 13th, he came in with the new,
right, that's right. So, anyway, the compromise that this plan is about 45 feet away from the edge of the wetlands to the limit of work. It includes 2 retaining walls, approximately 4 feet high, which I think is adequate. You can't pull the house back anymore due to the position of the septic system and the limits on that. So, my question is do we, on here is also the erosion controls, placement of the erosion controls. The only thing that we really probably isn't addressed on here is granite markers. Where do we want granite markers and how many of them? Typically we put them at 50 feet, minimal, sometimes 75, and sometimes 100. So,
well, if
obviously.
you're gonna do one in the front, it's gonna be
Yeah,
closer.
yeah. So what I would say is, you know, we might wanna put one over here and one over here. And then, you know, something over here on the 100-foot buffer,
Yeah, I was gonna say close to this area here, 'cause
yeah. So this is the 100-foot, and then maybe so maybe 4 and then one over here. Again, that one's gonna only be, you know,
Yeah, I don't know, this one I can do his driveway without
yeah, we're gonna.
PD's ability to shovel. It's such a, relatively narrow
Where's his property
driveway.
line, right here?
no,
Oh, okay, it keeps going.
yeah.
So we can put it just beyond that line.
These are, Fred, these are granite posts that are like 4 inches by 4 inches, and they end up sitting about 3 feet off, 3 feet high. Yeah. And they have a placard on it that says, you know, no work beyond this point, contact the commission, blah, blah, blah. So we're saying one over here on the 100-foot buffer, right?
Yeah.
What do you think, like here?
These stay after completion of the sign?
Yes, yeah, these are permanent, you know, they're like the last thing they do.
For the homeowner.
Okay, so one here. Here's one here.
Are these, properties, homes, or?
Yeah, we
Trail.
just, the same one, one of the most of trails are usually if someone's property is abutting up to protect a public thoroughfare.
So maybe putting it here, maybe bother, I don't think it's a good idea to put it right around
It's
there.
too tight, yeah.
Maybe like over here.
Maybe high.
Yeah, I know.
But people will have a good judgment from the one that's in the bottom corner to add that
Yeah.
that's where the actual edge is as much as what we do.
Is the access going to be paved? Wasn't it signed?
Let me see,
I think he said paved.
okay,
I think that's what he said when we were out.
yeah, could be.
It's a problem, I can't, it's going to be a dump spot. Whoever's going to be part of the guy is going to come in, the first block's going to be there, so. If it's any further into the
Yeah,
turn, it's going to be taken out.
right.
It was one that paved like 2 years ago.
So they've got this kind of swale here, I'm assuming that probably extend over there.
Yeah. Edge of pavement.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, any other things you can think of on this?
Are the erosion controls on the 25-foot buffer zone, or are they, closer,
They're supposed to be,
closer to
See.
the work?
yeah, so it isn't, they're at the limit of work here. So they go from greater than 100-foot buffer down to here, you know, about 40 feet. And then down to 25 feet, and then back up again. So erosion controls as planned. Okay, so what kind of erosion controls do we want? Do we want hay bales, staked hay bales and silt fence, or the infamous wattles, or whatever they're called?
What's the best thing to hold up against all this grading? Is it hay bales?
Personally, yeah. I mean, especially right there,
It seems
especially,
like a really,
especially this
steep-
portion.
yeah.
So,
I would say hay bales,
hay bales, staked hay bales and silt fence.
just so that it doesn't all slide down. That was quite a hill.
All right, I don't think there's any other stuff, you know, standard things will be, you know,
The machinery that they use will stay out
Stay
there.
out.
yes, no activity in as little as possible in the buffer.
I don't even know how they could.
Mm.
Well, no, I mean, certain part, they're gonna be in the buffer zone, but, especially over there in the 25 foot, we want to make sure they don't encroach any closer than 25. So I'll put in there specifically, you know, no cut, no disturb zone.
Are you gonna list this as items A through H?
I was gonna say, you're gonna have somebody on site for that, or are we just gonna do a pre-construction?
Yeah, usually we do the pre-construction meeting, and sometimes, you know, I'll visit once or twice while work's going on. You kinda can get an idea right from the pre-construction meeting of how good they're gonna do, you know, as far as, paying attention to what we want. And of course, when we hire our agent,
Of course.
you know, they'll be
He'll be out
visiting
there.
it there
Right.
every
Every
week.
day.
I know we talked about it, but it was such a big piece of land, I don't know if we still wanna put, not to take down more than 20% of the,
Oh, yeah, the
Trees.
trees, right.
it's like 15 acres, so that would be a lot of trees, but maybe that's not something they realize, and they would've taken them all down.
Well, this part over here is a no disturb zone anyway, isn't it? You can't do anything over here. It'd only be over this porch. Doesn't seem like they're planning on doing anything back there, do you think? I don't know what their plans are. I'm just discussing it, not
Yeah,
Yeah, I
right.
know, it was a,
big piece, yeah.
yeah, and it was a hill, so I really couldn't picture it. What would you do to this backyard? Just leave the trees, or, it's hard for me to tell.
Right, right. Well, 'cause, you know, I mean, they're basically surrounded by, this whole place is surrounded. They really, without crossing over, you know, that doesn't mean they're gonna do it, but, you know, we don't want them putting a
No,
pool
we just-
down there
yeah.
or something, you know. And hopefully that's what the
First
market
thing
is
to
doing.
do is the pool.
Yeah.
That's a swamp down there. Good luck with a pool.
Well, it's gonna be an above ground.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we've got that. So, we'll take a vote to close the hearing and issue the permit. So you want me to make a
So-
motion?
Do we have to approve the plan?
Yes. So we need to,
I make a motion to approve the Seven Star Road map 19 lot 23 plan as presented.
With the additions of stone
Markers.
markers as indicated, and the addition of staked hay bales.
And all the requirements that we bring down.
Also need some fencing too.
Fence, well, fencing is gonna go along the walls.
Containers.
Yeah. That's for the engineer or whoever does safety.
is there a second on that?
I'll second.
Okay, and we'll also include closing the hearing. So, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, unanimous. Okay, all right. Number 2 is an above-ground pool at 768 268, yes, 268.
I'm sure Seven would want one as well.
Yeah.
268 Washington Street. So this site, this place is a difficult site. Let's see. So, but I've worked quite a bit with them. They bought the house. It's an older house, so you know it is what it is, where it is, and it has a pond behind it, and so the wetland buffer kind of, and there's also a stream off the pond, so the wetland buffer is a little tricky. But you know, I spoke with the current owners quite a bit before they bought it to make sure they understood that probably anything they did was gonna require filing. And, so they wanna put in a simple above-ground pool. And so, because it's, let's see, where is it? It's about 50 feet, here it is, 55 feet away. It's 55 feet away from the edge of the stream. So unfortunately, because of that, you know, they had to file a golden notice of intent. The pool is gonna be 18-foot diameter above-ground pool, and the edge of the surrounding portion of the pool will be 55 feet away from the edge of the stream. So, based on that visit, and it's a level spot, so it isn't like there's any grading down to the stream. So, I'm recommending that, you know, while they put the pool in, that they put some hay bales in a circular portion around. I think it's about 30 feet from the edge of the stream, so that,
So they didn't decking?
no, it's just a pool. It's gonna sit on the ground. It's really simple. That's why I felt bad, you know, they had to file a golden notice of intent. But again, I had told them that they probably have to do that for anything they did, because the whole place is close to the stream and the pond. And they've done quite well, actually. You know, it's a historic house, so I'm not concerned about them taking advantage, you know, overly taking advantage.
I would say we would have to put the same conditions in that we put for the other, one, which I can't remember what street it was, but it's like no draining of the pool into the stream and all that stuff. I don't remember what street that was on.
Cannon Hill.
Or something like that.
Oh, yeah, there was,
Yeah.
Pandora.
It was pretty close.
Yeah, that's
maybe
right.
50 feet away.
Yeah, you're right.
Bear with me, seeing as I'm still a little fresh to this, but considering precautionary measures in case it is an incident, bad winter, where this pool comes down, all this chlorinated water ends up in the stream. Just I've seen it multitude of times, so.
Yeah. I don't know what we could do. Require they empty it at the end of the year?
We should at least be able to bring down level two, I would say, at least down to 2 foot. You need to keep a certain amount of water in the pool just to retain the
Yeah,
cooler stuff, because it'll be
Yeah.
destroyed. But if they brought it down, if they keep it at, I mean, they have to bring it down at least a foot anyway, I believe, when they winterize it. A foot, 2 foot and a half, I'm not exactly sure of that number, the little section. But, if they keep it up at a constant level, you can just bring it down. Say an 18-foot pool is generally about 3.5, 4 foot.
So bring it down to about 2
About
feet.
2 feet. That way, in case there is any issues, and say with the weather, I mean, one of the sides decides to go over.
Yeah. Good.
Is 268 on the good side of Washington Street?
I didn't know there was such thing.
Valley Street?
No, it's way down by Boxford.
Okay, oh, so we're talking down in the east area.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Oh, good to know. Center or Washington?
So the Center Street project, which is lots of West Washington, we have the
Oh,
ideal brook and such.
All right. Any other questions on this? All right, so I'll make a motion that we approve the pool, above-ground pool at 268 Washington Street with conditions that include no draining into the wetlands and bringing the level of the water down 2 feet to 2 feet at the end of the season with erosion controls at 35 feet from the stream.
I'll second that.
I don't think we need to, in this case, if it's flat, we need to make much of a consideration to what kind of erosion.
No,
controls that they use.
No, I think they've got hay bales on site,
Oh,
so
okay.
they're using hay bales, state hay bales. In a case like this, usually when I write the order, I'll put either one in, so it's totally up to them. Okay, any other further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. All right. Number 3. Okay. So this is the place that we're gonna do the site walk. This is 929, 931 Salem Street. And this is an ANRAD filing. So the purpose of an ANRAD is for us to look at the site with usually a wetland scientist who has delineated where the wetlands are, and then we agree that, yes, we agree with this delineation, or no, we don't agree with it, or, maybe we want to move some of the flags. Sometimes we want the scientist to show us why did he put this flag here. John and Heather, we did that one in right up there on Wood Street. And we see, it's basically walking the flags and seeing where did they flag it. And then we agree, yes, it's there. We issue what's called an ORAD, which is, I forget what that stands for, but it's basically it says we agree with the wetland determination. And then, particularly since this is an industrial project, they get to, know that where the 100-foot buffers are and what they have to do. So this particular, and we really don't care what the project is at this point, although we know what it is. It's a gas station and store and auto repair shop, so it's a heavily industrial site, and the wetland bylaw states that no industrial or commercial activity shall be allowed within the 100-foot buffer. So that's a higher standard than a residential building. As you see, on residential, like on the 7-star one, we try to get it as far out, because again, we have the maximum flexibility at that point. But on commercial projects, we have to try to do our best to keep it out of the 100-foot buffer. Now, this one's going to be a little complicated because it involves, paved parking lots, gas tanks, buildings. There's a lot of issues here, but we won't go into that. I'm trying to focus today, just to make sure we agree totally with where the wetland buffer is.
So it's only to determine the wetland buffer.
Yes.
Okay.
On the project project, they're destroying an existing house and an existing car garage that's at the site already.
Yes, and so, you know, that,
There's already something there.
that will be
Maybe
argued that they've already, the place is already very close to the wetlands. So,
Is this 100-foot buffer a new, rule that maybe they're grandfathered in? Is
oh
that-
yeah,
Okay.
that wasn't affected by it. You know, that was built long before the
Okay.
bylaw was in place.
That's good to know.
So, you know, they will probably come in and say, you know, yes, you know, we may have to put this or that closer than 100 feet, but overall, the whole site is gonna be improved from what it is now, because we're taking these things that are already in the buffer zone further out. So this is, you can take a quick look at that. That's a map of what they plan on doing and where the buffer is, the 100-foot buffers on there. And the BBW is marked, I believe.
Oh, yeah. We're really close. We're in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially on the right-hand side, I think they're.
Yeah, right here is
really
100
close.
foot, and that's, yep.
But I think
That's
the
the building
But,
right
you know,
here.
gas station on the
It
other
goes
side.
down that hill,
Yeah.
so you've got that natural swale there that,
I've walked by that site a million times, I mean, just 'cause that's
Yeah.
where my wife
And
and I
then
do
there's
our
another,
exercise,
Oh,
so
okay.
I know the site very, very well.
Along the gas station also,
Mm-hmm.
these are above ground tanks for storage, correct?
I think they're gonna be in-ground tanks, but they're gonna be, my understanding is they're gonna be on the left-hand side of the deal, is where the tanks are gonna go for gas.
And that's gonna go in ground?
I believe so, yes. I don't know that much about the project other than hearsay.
but the, you know, Natural Heritage contacted me about it, cause they didn't know where it was at. And so they're gonna have to file with Natural Heritage for, NISA review, so, which is
Mhm.
perfectly
Yeah.
acceptable,
Yeah.
understandable, you know, cause they're talking about habitat.
Eddie's one of the bodies actually right in here, right off to the side, there's a multitude of storage containers that are littering the backside of the property, which actually, well, that's a thousand build it, you can actually see from what that's together.
And then I think that house next door is up even higher. They must be doing some sort of grading or planning on doing some grading on that one.
Put that facility in there after not only take down the house, but they're gonna have to raise the property, instead of going down to level it out.
Take a lot of
Being so close to the buffer zone, there's two things that have concern. First off, you mentioned they're probably gonna put in ground tanks.
Yeah. I believe so.
Okay, this one is being so close with a above ground facility, better for storage as opposed to in-ground.
That's-
It's up to the wetland scientist as to how far before
Yeah.
you're actually touching the water and the water table itself. The other aspect is on the backside of it, having such a enormous amount of hill, not able to just retaining wall, it's supposed to automotive, fixed actually, considerable amount of carbon off. The fact that anyone may or may not find its way down there, is there gonna be, under the facility, some type of reclamation, water, oils, what have you, I mean, cars, they
Yeah.
break down and leak, stuff goes everywhere. It doesn't take much to get 2 to 3, 4 gallon antifreeze and ends up with contaminant down that hill in a short period of time.
Yeah.
So the building itself would actually have to have some type of, as I've seen in the past, but, new dealerships like, DeLuca and Havel, they built down into a wetlands area and they're right alongside, that
Yeah.
river. They actually had to create a reclamation type facility underneath the building where they would draw anything that's regular, anything leaking out in the yard, everything would not only just come into just a sewer system, but actually would drop down into a containment facility. Again, this is.
Yeah.
something for
Yeah, this is
the
down the
wetlands.
road, but yeah, you're right.
Right. Definitely, we wanna be thinking about this when they actually file a notice of intent after this. You know, any other things that, we will want to ask about and bring up with them. So then, So after
So
they,
that occurs on the notice of intent.
yeah, so after they have, after we issue, we should be able to go look at it today and close the hearing. Because looking at the wetland buffer versus looking at the edge of the wetland location versus what it shows on the state maps, they look pretty close. So I believe we should be able to close it out and issue our agreement with the delineation. And then I suspect, in September, by September, they'll be filing their notice of intent to start talking about the actual project. All right.
Like a screen open auto body for a second, you
Yeah.
do a car wash there too, I mean, like, you can't do that.
Oh, I know, that's what,
How you gonna fix the bodies of cars without cleaning them?
right,
So,
They're currently doing that there now, though.
What?
yeah,
That's ongoing at that site.
right,
They're already doing auto body, and Eddie's Auto Body Shop's there, and he's been there for, I honestly can't tell you how long,
yeah.
almost for as long as I've worked at the town. And, yeah, and when it comes to cars, they have created a multitude of cars in my time. Yeah, you actually have to wash down the solvents put on there prior to the initial prep, and it has to be washed down. I can't tell you where it's going now, because the facility has, I'm sure, is far below any adequate needs. But, there's a multitude of things that go before you even start putting, and then you have to take into consideration too, the airborne factor. If we do put an auto body shop in there too, you have to have 2 sealed containment units for, just for the paint itself,
Yeah.
for the paint booths themselves. I mean, the ones they have now are really nice, as opposed to the ones that I've seen when I first started in the trade manager.
Right.
We'll have to have some type of, air filtration system to bring the lacquers back into the facility, and then so that,
Yeah,
that'll be out and about, almost like there's no problem. So we're gonna show you Marcus Lake there.
Mhm.
yeah, yeah,
And they're gonna meet us out there?
yes. So, again, I suspect we'll be able to take a vote to accept it and close the hearing, which will, enable us to probably not have to meet in August, but we'll see.
Okay. Is the building gas also shutting down?
my understanding is their tanks are leaking, so that they,
Yes, they have to look into it.
yeah, they,
They don't wanna do the repairs, or, repairs are far too expensive.
Hmm.
too bad, it's the cheapest gas around.
Mhm.
Really, they have any leaking problems there?
That's my understanding, is
Yeah.
that they can't repair
They
it.
have the cheapest gas around, because the gas also has 11% contamination. So whatever you're putting in your cars, usually it's in
Yeah,
the proper gas, so. It's good it's cheap, doesn't mean it's good.
no, I know, just,
All right, so we'll continue our discussion after the site visit, probably at the site.
are we gonna film?
No.
I was gonna say, is he
Hey,
coming
Charlie.
with us?
Go on site visit with you?
Yes.
It's on your way home anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so the next hearing is for a Groveland request for determination of applicability, or also called GRDA, for 20 Cannon Hill Ave. This is a request from consultants that work for Boston Gas, but really is Instar. Or is it, what's the other one? What's the gas company? in Groveland?
National Grid.
National Grid, that's it, National Grid. So National Grid filed this for the homeowner at 20 Cannon Hill because they are putting in gas main extension and service connection from the street to the house, and it is within the 100-foot buffer. So here's, take a quick look at that.
What do they have currently?
No gas. It's just in the street, but
Is this a new house?
no.
They have no gas. And
So they need to dig a trench. They're gonna dig, like a foot-wide trench from the street to the, kind of the backyard and then connecting up to the house. It's a level, pretty level yard.
How close are they?
I estimated they're more than, this work is more than 75 feet away. That's why I just had them do a GRDA.
Did they estimate how long it's gonna take them to do the work? I mentioned more than a day or two.
No, I believe it's about 2 days.
is this green line, is all of it 100-foot cover zone?
Let me see.
It's just a square, but it's really not a square.
Yeah, see, this is the,
It's right here.
this is the wetland right here, so you can see, you know, this is
Okay.
100 foot, and then there's
So
a
that's-
stream.
Oh, that's it, okay.
There's a stream here too, see, and then the stream goes here, so that's why the buffer zone
Okay.
goes like this, you know, and it's 100 foot from the stream, and then 100 foot from this.
That makes
Show
sense.
that to Fred.
This is the wetland area, and this is the buffer zone, 100 foot, and this is the house.
It's still the right gas.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're fine for that. We don't have to worry about that.
It's not a water issue, there's no small ponds in the neighborhood, so I was looking at that.
Excavator
Yeah,
or backhoe?
yeah, one of those.
Okay. Yeah, I mentioned maybe use a excavator for that project, it's so small, it was a really small excavator.
And I would imagine that the erosion control is gonna just be a silk sock in this case.
Because it's so flat.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're far, you know, there's no real issues, they're far enough away, and it's fairly
Yeah, it's
level.
barely enough.
Especially the working on that side of the house as opposed to this side of the house.
Right.
Speaking of National Grid and silk socks, what are they doing with all the ones that are over there, further down the road?
On Route 97,
Yeah,
that's all that work that's gonna happen on Route 97. The widening of the sidewalks, and
gotcha.
right now they're working on the storm drains. But I think it's gonna be a 2-year project. Okay, any other questions on 20 Cannon Hill Ave? Alright, so do I have a motion on this one?
I'll make a motion to approve 20 Cannon Hill Ave, GRDA.
Second, any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. That just came in the middle today, I was hoping it was gonna be in here. All right. Number number 5, the position hiring. So, I believe that Tom has not yet contacted Denise
He did.
about our, oh, he did?
Actually, we got an email about that earlier.
Oh, really? So what's going on?
She didn't reference the MGL, what she referenced was the bylaws.
Oh, yeah.
So I think he was going to further contact her when she gets back from vacation or wherever she is, to go over the exact wording in the
Yep.
MGL.
Yeah. Okay. Just to come to some consensus on what we should do.
Right,
Yes,
right.
yes. And, did you get to send anything into the forum on mass conservation
I didn't.
commissions? Yeah, maybe, do it if you get a chance.
Okay. I'm not a member, do I?
Yeah, we are members.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, yeah, because we pay for all of our, so
What is this organization?
that's the
MACC?
MACC, it's a Mass Association of Conservation Commissions. So we pay to belong to it every year, so.
So I have to just create a,
I don't even think you have to create anything.
oh, all right. I wasn't sure.
Try
I'll
it,
do that.
try it.
I'll reach out
Is
to
this for
them.
finding the suitable individual?
No,
this
we
is-
are advertised on that.
Okay.
It is, I did send that in, so, and Denise has received quite a few resumes,
Oh,
so
good. Okay.
that's a good thing. And so we should probably start soon to,
Interview.
interview.
Yeah.
So, I'm willing to be one of the interviewers, does anyone else want to?
I don't
do-
mind.
So, all we need to do then is just clarify this appointment issue, with Denise, and then we'll be ready to move forward. So,
Right.
we're hiring a, agent for about 12 hours a week, and we're paying for it out of our fees that we collect. And so the selectmen approved us doing that. And, now we just need to get clarified who actually does the appointment, whether it's the commission or the selectmen. Cause it's kinda unclear, cause the town bylaw says one thing and the state law seems to say something else. So that's what we're just trying to get that clear before we move forward on it.
Lots of candidates for the job.
Yeah, we've got quite a few residents, cause we advertised it on MACC
Can
and
you
also
have her
state.
forward the resumes to all of us so that we can review them?
Yeah, why not?
And then that way it's not just two of you
Yeah.
reviewing them.
Yeah, I'm sure Tom wants to be part of this
Yeah,
process
I
as
know.
well, so.
I think he does.
I'm not saying Terry wouldn't, I just know that Tom's taking an active role in
Yeah.
reaching out to Denise. so.
Right.
We kind of volunteered him at the last meeting. We all looked at him.
At least he did it.
Yep, he's doing a great job. The Conservation Commission has their own bylaws. So,
Yes, we have our own
We're separate.
bylaws, plus the state has their own talk about
and
conservation
our
commissions.
town actually approved the use of those, like when they wrote the bylaws, they
Mm.
actually said that we're supposed to follow them, so
Mm,
I'm just going by what it says.
yeah. All right. All right, the selectmen would like us to have an election for chair every year, and we have done that. But usually we do it in January for some weird reason, but it's year to year. But it probably does make more sense to do it after the appointments are done on July 1st and have them run July 1st to June 30th, because that corresponds with our terms.
So we would have like a vote maybe before that or after?
After that.
Oh,
Yeah, so I would like to have a vote for chair for,
I would like to request
Fiscal
that the
year.
rest of the members be present.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Thank you, what you said.
I feel
I got a
that I
full-
need Terry and Tom here as well.
Okay,
I mean,
Given that we are the three youngest members of the.
Yeah, exactly.
board, it probably makes sense for the, in the interest of following through on what the Board of Selectmen had in mind. Not saying we have any doubt as to your abilities, but.
no, that's fine. So we'll postpone to,
Next meeting.
next meeting, whatever that is.
or even if we reach out via email and just say, this is what we're planning on doing.
I think we have to have open meetings law where we.
Okay, so
do it.
Terry and Tom, this is what we're doing at the next meeting.
It's a proxy vote.
Proxy vote.
Yeah, give me a proxy.
But I will say for the record, I have no interest in being chair. so-
Yeah, I don't either. I know it's a lot of work, and I just wanna make sure that
I just don't think I know
the
enough
other two.
and have enough experience in this process yet. so.
Right.
Okay.
Not saying anything about the other members here, who are very competent, diligent, and
See, I'm only in my chair today, but I'm also taking
know.
minutes.
We usually do anyway. You're always right.
Yeah, I like notes for myself. Okay, and then chair. Let's see. All right. So, the other thing that I just wanted to quickly ask advice on is my written response to the selectmen on that complaint letter.
Yeah, give it to me, I just give it to him.
Oh, okay.
I just read it.
Are you willing to have me send that to the selectmen saying that we're happy with the result and, we don't think that there's a problem?
I mean, if you were on site and, you know, you addressed all the areas.
Yes.
I'm happy with that.
if the tubing went in as far as it could go and it was still sticking out, I don't see they have any sort of alternative that we can know, since we're not experts on road construction. To do something other than leave it as an eyesore where you have an exposed pipe.
Right,
I don't even think you're supposed to structurally do that, so if they ended up putting additional fill material because of the location of the pipe, but they resolved the problem of the pipe under the road, I think we're fine.
yes. I mean, the idea would have been that the pipe went in further, but you would always still have to build, there was no more head wall there. The head wall was gone. It had been washed away. The road actually was eroding down the
Mhm.
front. And so what our plan addressed was that these pipes would go all the way in and the head wall would be right where the existing end of the erosion was. In reality, what happened was it's further out because the pipe couldn't go in as much. But the same actions took place, you know.
So the
What?
pipe couldn't go in any further, is that because it was broken further on down and?
There were some rivets, it's a metal pipe,
Oh.
and there was some
Oh.
rivets sticking up further in, and so they
Okay.
couldn't really get it in.
How far out is it from,
Where the original
where
one?
the original plan was, roughly?
It's probably good 8 feet out. Again,
And we repaired the original issue? I mean, we
yes,
did,
yes,
But it was deteriorating and collapsing.
absolutely. You know, I'm very happy with the result. I think, and the highway department was too. They believe, see, there's cement pipe at the other end,
Mhm.
there's cement, now there's cement pipe on, there's a small portion that's probably still in the very center that's metal, but it's beyond the,
There's somebody,
rusted metal portion of that pipe was more on the outside. So that's all covered now with the cement pipe inside of it. So the road will not collapse. The other thing that is a danger there, despite the fact that there's the beaver dam, if you get a large storm that overtops the beaver dam, it's gonna break it down. And that's where the water is gonna go. It's gonna go out through this culvert. And the way that the situation was without the head wall, the next thing that would go would be that whole road would just be washed away, because there was nothing to prevent the further erosion of the bank. So now, they put in 2 large boulders on the side, which was part of the plan. They were gonna put all riprap around
right?
the edge of the pipe. So it's only that it's, it's closer to the pond than what we had thought it might be. But the same action took place. There's 2 large boulders, other boulders, and then it's covered with riprap. So that if the dam were to break in a large storm and you had a large flow out towards that pipe, the water would go into the pipe rather than overtopping the road and washing it away. So again, I'm very happy with the result.
My one question is, so there's a section in the middle of this where there's no fix. Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's any way, I'm not a road construction guy, but if they could retrofit something like an inner sleeve that fits in there to fix that issue, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that could
Or
be
would they
something
have
that
to
down
dig
the
it
road, yeah,
That
I
one
think they'd have to
section.
dig it up.
okay.
Yeah.
So they'd have to
Okay.
put up, just because of the size of it, if they turn around and stave it, you're gonna have shorten the amount of water that's actually gonna be allowed to find its way through
That's a
during
good
a
point.
storm situation.
Yeah.
The question I have is the 8 foot that's now extension, there was a lot of, I know the area, so there was a lot of road that was dissipating, obviously, that got washed away. When they brought that back, the 8 feet is still prominent now that they've replaced that section of road, and it's just the boulders were just put in.
Yeah, if you see it, you'll say, wow, because the whole head wall is built right to the edge of the culvert. So now, that's what I mean is, if you get a huge amount of water coming at it, it's not gonna wash anything out, because the way it was before was you had this soil that was just sitting there waiting, and then there was the pipe. If you hit it with water, it would have been a mess, but now the riprap is gonna prevent it from doing anything, so it's covered. It's not like you've got an exposed pipe sitting there.
I have no problem with your, problem with the
You know, it was a judgment call. It was very difficult situation because I'm not a construction person,
Right.
and
So
so
you have to base your
I
opinion on
kinda
what
had
they
to
said.
go back and forth with the highway department, what are you gonna do? What are we gonna do? Why are you doing this? And have them
Mhm.
explain to me. So,
Is it standard protocol for the letter to come through you or from the whole board?
well,
The complaint was
I mean, the
lodged
complaint is
against
against
him.
him.
yeah, and I'm writing representing you, so
Okay,
You
I just wanna make
see,
sure, I mean,
on here I say that the commission certifies that all work on the replacement of the culvert on July 18, 19 is
because
done
we were
within
certainly
the
all at that
terms.
meeting, is all I'm thinking, all I'm saying is, I have no problem
Yeah.
adding to it.
Yeah. Okay. All
Thank you
right.
for being on site.
Yeah, no, well, it was definitely worth being there because,
Did you install any grills while you were there?
no, but, they have questions, it'd be like, somebody has a question, you wouldn't know it until the end, oh, we did this because blah, 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 All right, so we're gonna adjourn temporarily to, 929 Salem Street, where we will continue off camera with our site visit, and then close the meeting. Thank you, Charlie.
All right.